So if you're used to wearing stretchy hosiery and stretchy stockings and, sizing isn't really that critical, when it comes to fully fashioned stockings, you buy your first pair, you might be in for a bit of a shock. And we do get quite a few comments that people take them out of the packet and they think they've got the wrong size because their fully fashioned stockings are, up to their waist. And I'll just give you a comparison. So I've got a pair of our copper and black fully fashioned stockings here. And I'll compare them with our glamour seams. So this is our glamour seam stocking. And this is our fully fashioned stocking, which is this hasn't come straight out of the packet because I'm filming during COVID-19, so I'm stuck at the home at the moment, so I'm just gone from what I've got in my cupboard. But it's a good 10 inches longer. So if you took it out of the packet and you just spent quite a lot of money on fully fashioned stockings, you probably think, oh, something's gone wrong with it now and they're way too big for me. But what you have to remember is that this is stretch. This stocking has got elastane in it and it stretches, whereas this stocking is 100% nylon, and although it has a little bit of give, it doesn't stretch anything at all as much as the modern glamour seams. So I've got my stockings here, and as you can see, the fully fashioned are a lot longer than the glamour seams, but I'm just going to show them and put them on for you so you can see the difference when you put your leg into them. So first of all, I've got our glamour seams. This is our champagne and black variant, and these are made from 15 denier nylon with elastane. 15 denier means they're really quite sheer, and most sheer stockings now are 15 denier. So I just put my toe in the end and make sure the heel's in the right place, and check the seam as I pull it up. Hopefully that's kind of straight. Okay, so that's pretty good for that one. That's the glamour seams with elastane. So now I've got my fully fashioned to try on, and these are made from 100% nylon, and the nylon is non-stretch, although there is a little bit of give to it. And if you've worn vintage fully fashioned stockings before, which are made from 100% non-stretch nylon, quite often the welt really doesn't give at all, and it can dig into your thigh and really become quite uncomfortable. So these definitely give and are comfortable to wear. So I put my toe in the end. These are copper with a black seam, so it's a slightly darker lead colour, but because they're so sheer, really they're designed to suit a variety of skin tones. And the ironic thing is even though, well, maybe it isn't ironic at all, but the traditional fully fashioned stocking is a lot easier to put on than the modern variant because they don't have elastane, they don't cling to your legs so much, and also because they've got the sewn seam, the seam is really easy to position. So that's my fully fashioned, and that went on first time with no problems at all. And I know we get so many questions these days about how do you keep your seam straight, and of course back in the day everyone would have worn fully fashioned stockings, and it's so much easier to keep the seam, get the seam right on a fully fashioned stocking than it is on a modern lycra stocking. And moving on to seam tights are the hardest at all because you're working all the way up to the waist, and it's so much harder to pull everything start again if you need to get the seam straight. So if you are new to seam stockings, really the most traditional stocking, the fully fashioned stockings, are the easiest ones to wear when it comes to seams and keeping your seam straight. So when I showed you the stockings just out of the packet, it did look like the fully fashioned here were a lot longer than the glamour seams, but you can see that when your leg's in them and when you're wearing them, the length actually does work out the same. So I'm wearing a small medium in our glamour seam stockings here, and I'm wearing a medium in our fully fashioned stockings here. And finally, I should mention, especially if you're new to sheer stockings, that yes, they are very delicate and you need to be very, very careful, especially when it comes to fully fashioned. The Glamour seams are a bit more durable, but they're not anything like opaque. So yeah, you do need to watch your nails when you put them on, and they don't last forever. It depends on, a lot of it depends on luck, and it also depends on how well you care for them, both when you're wearing them and when you're looking after them. And if you check out our channel, we do have a few videos on how to care for your stockings as well. And it really is just a case of looking after things like people did in the 50s and 60s. If you do have any questions about our hosiery, lingerie or vintage inspired clothing, please get in touch. And in the meantime, take care and I'll catch up with you soon.